into live with DJ Steady and Company, where the vibes stay grown, the talk stay crazy, and the energy always crazy. Kick back, let that beat hit, and let us talk to you nice tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed reigning champs of most authentic podcasting is back live again. Been gone for a little minute, but I'm back to bless y'all with my presence. Y'all know who I am. I am the self-proclaimed king of podcasts. So you can call me DJ Steady Ready. And I'm joined by the most crazed crew I could ever hang out with because they always got my back just like I got them. You already know I'm chilling with my family tonight. It was time to bring the Misfits back to y'all tonight for one night only, like a Dream Girls performance. We are here for one night only for y'all to enjoy, laugh, cut up, get a little emotional, embrace us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the author, the screenplay writer, the most intelligent human being I can ever call my friend, the one and only FatGirl Freestyle is here with us. Check her out on YouTube. She do all kind of great stories. She be talking about paranormal experiences. She be talking about all the titillating, sensual stuff you ever want to hear. Check her out at FatGirl Freestyle. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also joined by everybody's favorite podcaster of another, my fellow night skin, Mr. Kyle Eric, the host of A for Able. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest editors I know in this profession. And of course, you can't forget about On the Brain because it's On the Brain. You know what I'm saying? Been rocking with us since day one. But you can now catch him on Beeline Entertainment Weekly. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with one of our fellow podcast family members, Brian B. But tonight, he hanging with me because this is the Misfits reunion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Life with DJ Steady and Company.
What's good, Night Skin?
First of all, I'm trying to figure out why you whispering like we in the 1970s.
Yeah, why are you whispering, kid?
Radio show?
Why are you whispering, dude?
What is that vibe about?
I don't. To start playing some slow jams. That's what that's. He's about to start playing some slow jams.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know. I think glasses on.
Is the glasses? Is the glasses?
It's the glasses. I think it's the glasses. I have a softer approach when I wear the glasses.
That was a real softer approach, man. That was a real.
Would you like more of an ethnic approach, ladies and gentlemen?
Ethnic? What you talking about? We invented that approach.
Fucking podcast you can ever hear tonight for one night only. You're here with the Misfits. Okay, there. You wanted a little more abrasive?
Man, I was just about to say like
what kind of off. I'm gonna take my glasses off.
What kind of jazz music you want with that?
Nah, that's FatGirl Freestyle department. She come in with smooth, elegant jazz appeal.
Oh yeah,
dude. I'm just saying that was like some real 1970s. I don't know, corn vibe happening. You know.
Oh man!
You know what? When the corn was,
thank you, really nice intro. I appreciate
when the corn. I'm just saying when the corn was still good, it had a storyline. Like you had a whole thing you had to go through to get down to the nitty gritty. It had a whole backstory. Like it was some real shit. That's the vibe you giving me, Steady. I'm not saying there's anything ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying.
Oh, great. Oh, why did I just picture you with a mustache, dude? Why did I just picture you with a mustache?
That is hilarious.
So this what we doing. This is what we doing. It's a roasted section. Okay, cool. Got it.
Listen, it's been a long. It's been a long time since we've been together, y'all.
Since we've been together, yeah.
Absolutely.
You just gotta give it. You just gotta give it a little time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's dang. It has been a minute. Been a couple years at this point.
She dubbed us the Misfits.
I know.
Like, in my third year of my career, she dubbed us the Misfits, and then poof, the Misfits just went and did their thing.
Yeah, pretty much every Tuesday for 3 years.
We was in there like swim well.
Oh man, but
no. Wait, am I able to reach this on my account? Let me see. You didn't tell me that, Steady.
Wow. You know me.
Wait, I'm trying to see if I can post this on my account while we on here.
Probably.
That's a possibility, but I think once you press that live button, I'm not going to end this live and do it to give you the connect. I mean, I'll do it because it's you.
No. I'm trying. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if it's gonna do it. Do I even have a Restream account? I don't even know.
Well, the question is, do you need one in order to have that feature?
Interesting. I don't think it should be. I think it should.
Because I think on StreamYard you do. Like on on a StreamYard, there's a giant blue button that says share with, like share your stream, but you can't do that if you don't have an account with StreamYard. I don't know if it works the same way with Restream though.
Wait, hold on. I think I'm putting in the wrong email address.
Well, while she sorts that out, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's been a long journey, but I had to bring everything full circle. And I was like, what better way to keep elevating than to kind of take y'all back a little bit? We're going back down memory lane here on, Live with DJ Steady and Company. And I'm sure when you first met us, you can catch the archives available on YouTube. But under the archive, we was under the old regime, the Who They Want podcast show. We had a lot of great fun there. We met a lot of great people, had a lot of great laughs.
Yeah.
And of course, FatGirl Freestyle always challenges us with just bringing up these very, very interesting topics to make us think critical and explore some things that we never thought we would explore, like the Okaloosa Massacre, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Ocoee. And you from Florida?
You say that like I'm supposed to just know what that supposed to be. What's that supposed to mean? I'm from North Florida. Whatever happened down south happened down south.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
There go me. I digress. See, that way I get that way. If y'all ever hear me say, "But I digress," I get it from her.
But that is an interesting thing, because I learned some stuff about my city here in Connecticut I didn't know about until I went to a Black History seminar, right?
Okay.
They did a Black.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Kyle, you mean you and your family not the only Black people in Connecticut?
That's a joke, right? Please tell me that's a joke. I'm about to say, I ain't from the rich part of Connecticut. I gotta tell people that all the time. I'm not from the rich part of Connecticut. I'm freaking in the I'm like freaking in the middle. The Waterbury, Connecticut is like only 2 hours away from New York. And if you want to go see some nice houses or whatever, you basically gotta go to the woods.
The woods.
Yeah,
you
want to see some nice houses. You can only go a few minutes outside of Waterbury. You'll see some really nice houses. You know what I mean? But I don't live there.
Wow. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just think it's funny how people are always like, they have Black people in such and such, and it's like
such and such.
Yeah.
And then when you say we are everywhere, you still get this like you still get this look.
Right. So while we're on the subject, y'all think there's Black people in North Dakota?
At least a few.
You ain't got black people in North Dakota.
Come on, at least a few.
I mean, at least one or two,
You know,
maybe three.
someone once asked, "Are there black people in Minnesota?" And like, yeah, and they're like, "Other than Prince?" Yeah. It was Chris Rock that made that joke. He's like,
I ain't coming for nobody in Minnesota.
you know, oh no.
I would like to apologize if any of our listeners or viewers is out there in North Dakota and maybe of the ethnic community, but it was just a thought I had. Like, you don't ever hear black people coming out of South Dakota, North Dakota, Oregon.
Iowa. Do they have black people in Iowa?
Right. We want to know. I mean, inquiry minds would like to know.
No.
These are states I don't hear that be like predominantly black people are just here living.
We're everywhere.
That you tell it. I mean, that has yet to be proven.
So,
I'm sorry, Kyle. We didn't interrupted your whole little
give
flow.
me 5
You
black
are-
people to
you
come out of the
black
corner
people-
out of Nebraska.
Oh my God.
Nebraska sounds like there's at
Oh my
least
God.
a few black people there. Come on.
Okay. I'm just saying. She was like, black people as far as Connecticut go. I mean, I just wanted to know.
Well,
like, if we pulled up a census right now while we live, like, where would we nominate most of the black people to come from? We could pretty much say the South pretty much got that covered.
But
the South for sure.
but it's very like it reminds me of the time we were doing an interview. We were doing an interview with two ladies who happened to be from different parts of the South, right? And we got into a conversation of two things. When they found out where I was from, we got into a soul food conversation because one of the girls was from Mississippi, and she asked, "Are there soul food spots in Connecticut?" I'm like, "Well, we had a couple where I live, and there was like one or two. I can't speak for all of Connecticut." And then we got into the whole, do you put sugar in your grits, or do you not put sugar in your grits? And it turned into a whole
World War.
It did for a hot second. It started a heated debate over some sweet grits and savory grits. Personally, I don't put sugar in my grits. I do not.
I've had it before, but I'm sticking with my regular cheese and butter, salt and pepper.
Wait, cheese and butter?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, it's just something I've never had in grits. I've only had this. I don't put anything in my grits.
You just want a bowl.
Wait, Kyle.
Yeah.
Meaning you don't put.
Yeah.
You put salt, right, and pepper.
Not really. Not the biggest fan of just putting salt on stuff. I'll just have it as is.
You know what? We're finna play a game called Revoke Your Black Card. Right now, we're revoking cards.
The first time I ever had grits, I think my nana had put pepper in it. But since then, I just, if they gave me the grits, I didn't ask what was in it. I just ate them. That was it.
Kyle, how can you eat grits with no salt?
You know what it is? I figure we got enough salt in us. I don't need any more. So that's what it is. That's what it is for me.
And you confident in that answer?
Kyle, I feel like I don't even know you, Kyle.
Come on, get this jigaboo away from me.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. I don't put salt on. I don't usually put salt on any of my food.
We can get that. Okay, we can understand hypertension and all that, the whole specified reason behind not really using salt. We get that. But we just talking about we hanging out at FatGirl Freestyle house, and she putting together a nice pot of grits. What are you putting in your grits, sir?
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna say no. Like, if you got any recommendations, I'm not gonna say no.
What are you putting in the grits?
Me? Nothing. Nothing. I'm just gonna eat them
straight out the pot. Just grain. All you want is grain and grits.
That's it. That's it. I'm just
Straight out the pot.
I'm just gonna eat them as is. Like what's on the side, I'm just gonna eat it. That's it.
No shrimp.
Kyle, you a fucking Kyle, you a fucking gangster, Kyle. If you can eat,
I eat
you a
grits
gangster.
plain. I don't have. I don't.
That
I'm
is the mark
not
of a
messing
serial
with you.
killer.
I'm not messing with you, Kyle.
I don't put anything. I don't put anything in my grits. You know.
Nah,
So,
that's the whole. That's next level. Sir.
and I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not putting sugar in my grits. You know. So
Wow. So
just a preference.
right. We know not to bring you to the brunch table. Okay.
What?
You've been excluded.
So I get excluded from brunch over some grits.
We're not going to sit
There
there.
is more. There is more.
Eat a bowl of plain grits.
There is more on the brunch.
We're not excluding Kyle. No. We not excluding Kyle for that. It's just
I don't drink either, so no mimosas for me. But you know.
It's just weird because I have never in all my days ever heard a person say they have never put salt in their grits. Like Kyle, I am really like it has no taste.
Water.
Otherwise,
It has a taste to me.
Grain and water at that point.
Yeah, it has a taste to me. You know, but
right.
yeah,
we still love you. I just wanted to record state. We still love you. But don't worry about it. So,
like, could you imagine if we're being like held hostage or held up or something, and we just like listen, man, you don't know who you messing with. You got Kyle. This man don't put salt in his grits. He's not. Or he's gonna go completely insane on your ass. Just leave us alone.
Right? All my 90s fans are gonna be like, I remember how we watched Baby Kids, and they'll be like, nah, Baby. Be like, don't mess with the kid. Don't mess with Kyle. He built different, right? That's how
we love you,
Kyle.
I love you.
That got you into the salty spittoon right there. That's your ticket. That's your ticket in, my guy.
Imagine Kyle as a cowboy back in the days trying to get in a saloon. And then Kyle goes up to the bar and he's like, get me a drink. And they're like, we don't serve your kind here. And Kyle's like, you're not finna to mess with me. I don't put salt in my grits. Now get me a drink.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Just for fun, I would love someone to animate that. Like,
Wouldn't that be
I want somebody to animate that Looney Tunes style.
Okay, I can see it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a different. That's a different thing, bro.
Yeah, this Connecticut cowboy don't put salt in his grits. Yeah, no.
Hey, it takes all kinds to make the world go
It
on.
does. It really does. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh man.
Now back to what you were saying before we went off on the tangent.
Uh-huh.
You were saying something about the Black history.
Oh yeah. So a few months ago, my mother and my aunt and I we recorded a Black history panel, right? And it was talking about the two things that happened in Waterbury in the 60s. So but they don't tell us about it in school. Like, why don't we ever study local history? I don't get it. But so there was in the 60s, you know how like integration and everything was such a huge deal, right? So during that time, they integrated the schools, and they talked about the stuff that was going down there. And then something I seriously did not know about, there was a series of riots that went down, and that happened. One of my cousins who was in college in the South at the time, and then another one happened when my uncle He was in the, I believe he was in the Army. I believe that was the service he was in. He was, you know, and he was part of it. And I'm like, how come they didn't tell us any of this stuff? This is local history. This is stuff that actually happened. Like I didn't know that so Connecticut was part of the slave trade. I knew about that. But there used to be this this thing downtown that just looked like a sculpture or something, right?
Okay.
And it was downtown for years. Then I found out what it actually was used for. It was a whipping post, right? And when people found out it was a whipping post, right? They basically petitioned to have it removed. And I'm like, nobody from my generation at least knew what that thing was. You might as well just leave it there. It's not like they're still using it, but you know, no, that's my thing. Instead of erasing history and acting like it never happened, preserve it and tell us why it was bad in the first place, so we don't repeat history over again. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I know it was bad, but you can't act like it never happened. You know?
You heard that. Agent Orange. Okay. I mean.
Oh man. Oh no. I don't know anybody who was like personally affected by that, but there's an MC I listen to, right, who talks about his family that was heavily affected by Agent Orange because his dad was in the Vietnam War, right? And he has family members, some of whom did not make it past like their 10th birthdays, right? Because it messed up their genes. So in some cases, it skipped a generation. Like he's fine. One of his sisters is fine, but her son didn't make it to. I think he was a teenager when he died. He was born with severe cerebral palsy and all of that. You know, so.
Not just the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Desert Storm, I believe. And I want to say whatever the one after that was. I can't remember, but my mother had an assistant manager who married a man who had been in the military. He had been in Desert Storm. They had a son, and the child was born with all types of things. And a few years down the line is when they discovered, it was affecting a whole bunch of children because of whatever the soldiers were exposed to in that time period.
Right.
It was affecting the children. So it's not just Agent Orange. Nope. And I know a gentleman, I used to take care of a gentleman that was in the Vietnam War who was affected by Agent Orange. And it was a horror. I don't think we could ever get down to the truth of how horrific of an experience it was for these service members. Because and I'm talking about an elderly man, like, mid to late 70s. He still had nightmares. He still was affected. So you cannot take lightly the things that these service members do to keep us safe.
Or what they're told to do.
Or what they're
told to do. Because just because they're told to do something doesn't necessarily make it right, but they're only following orders. And that's the thing that we get kind of like, well, me, I can't even fathom doing that, but they didn't want me, but the service didn't want me anyway. As soon as they found out I was disabled, they stopped calling. So,
Wait,
so
wait. We're not gonna speed past that. You just gonna say that nonchalantly? Never mind. Let me leave you alone.
oh,
Sir.
dude, as soon as I turned 18, okay, because for some reason they always want to go for you when you're young and dumb, right?
Of
So,
course.
as soon as I turned 18, it was like two things kept happening. I kept getting requests for credit cards, right? Oh, like you're pre-approved, and I don't even know what the heck credit is, right? And I'm getting calls from the service. I'm getting calls from the Air Force. I'm getting calls from the Army. I'm getting calls from the Navy. And as soon as they found out I had CP, they stopped calling. One of them, the guy with the Air Force, he said, "Hey," the guy in the Air Force, he's like, "Hey, yeah, we do skydiving." Oh, I'm like, "Skydiving is cool." And my sister overheard me and she started laughing because she knew I was talking to. She's like, "Yeah." Then she started cracking up. Right, we had a good time. But as soon as they found out I had CP, no interest in joining the army. But all I had to do was say I'm disabled from birth.
So
Click.
you or someone you love has been, you know,
If you or someone you love has been affected by the following: cerebral palsy, autism, you may
being
be
allowed not to join the army because of you may be entitled to
to some
compensation.
compensation.
Now, had you told them people you don't put salt in your grits, they'll reconsider.
Nope, I didn't tell them I didn't put salt in my grits. Nope.
Yeah.
They would have definitely reconsidered.
I'm out there to service. Listen to it now. You heard it here. From my man Kyle, he doesn't put salt in his grits. All right.
Nope.
He just want plain grain.
Just plain grain.
Just wash them and cook them and serve them up to him. He got you.
Oh
Let
man.
me tell you, I have a newfound respect for you, Kyle. I respected you before, Kyle. But I got a newfound respect for you now.
You've earned your
This,
stripes
this,
tonight,
this,
my boy. You've earned your stripes on the Misfit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe whomever cooked them put salt in them and I didn't notice, but I personally would not put
You
salt
can
in
taste
them.
the salts and grits. I feel like you can get a hint of what seasonings is in your grits.
Right.
Nah.
yeah, you'll know.
Exactly.
You'll know. But let's let's talk about what you two have been up to since the Misfits went on hiatus. Like, what are some things the two of you have experienced? What has changed in life for the two of you?
Oh, okay. Dad, you want to go first?
Okay, my bro. I'll take it. Well, since you asked a wonderful question, for me, I have transitioned, as we all know, transitioned from the state of Florida to now residing in Texas. Within that time period, I've expanded my business, took some hiatuses, had an amputation, came back, reinvented, had to rebrand, had to let go of the old name of who they want, even though I'm still who they want, and just been living life, taking it one day at a time, and just giving the best that I can give to the world.
Yep. Awesome. Since the Misfit days, well, when this happened, the Misfits were still going on before we went on that long break. But so I fell in love, and I've been with my partner now, going on 3 years, this year. So
3 years.
yeah,
Already.
I know. It's
Dang.
yeah. Oh, it's crazy. And I am so in love with her. It's crazy. But yeah, like it's been a great addition to my life. My family loves her, and it just feels right. You know what I mean? And I couldn't ask for anything better. She's my queen. You know. On top of that, my business has, as an editor, has increased steadily. Has steadily increased, and just recently I've been going to back-to-back events around town helping one of my clients with his, with his podcast. He does a basketball history podcast, right? And we've been going to like what seems to be like back-to-back events, tournaments, local school games, and just and I've been editing video for him. My mom and my aunt, they have their podcast, Tea and Cornbread, which is doing pretty well. And I'm a contributor to that. I'm the producer, and my stuff for my mental health related podcast, A for Able. It's like, that's still, like that right there is my baby. I recently uploaded a new episode that, that people seem to really gravitates towards. It's called I Will Never Stop Giving the Grace I Don't Get. Right. And yeah, so the woman I'm talking to is also a friend / client, podcast client of mine, and she tells her story of helping other people getting out of abusive situations, because she is a survivor of domestic abuse herself, and telling her story of of family and people not believing in her and all of that, and having kids and what got her out of life, the type of life that she was in at the time, and it's a heartbreaking story with a happy ending. So I'm glad that I'm able to still do this, and people want to join in on the conversation, because these conversations get rough. Sheesh. And Steady did a episode last year, talking about living with spina bifida, and he and he was on two episodes actually. He was on one solo, and then shout out to Mr. Julie, aka Tails, and we were talking about the health disparities in the healthcare system, and how we cannot stand the system. That's ooh.
Well, that is that affects so many people on such a broad spectrum, and from physical different abilities to mental different abilities to people who need serious mental health care that the rest of the world has been forced to deal with, unfortunately, or the rest of the country has been forced to deal with. Is we can go on and on and on and on and on, and it's so unfortunate. But I think we need to start figuring out, how can we create solutions? How do we come together as a community and help? How do we pool our resources? Like, we have a lot of people in healthcare who can volunteer their services, even if it's just a couple of hours a week,
Right.
just to offer people some type of information or relief or something. Like, we need way more community clinics than what we have. And I sincerely feel like it should be part of a medical professional's service. Maybe make some kind of arrangement to where student loans can be forgiven if they give so many hours over so many years of volunteer their medical service and their knowledge to community clinics. We have to figure something around what's happening. We have to, because if not, people are going to die. But the only solution is we have to come together as a community.
Right.
We all need to pull together. But healthcare, especially mental health care, not to cut you off, Kyle, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm agreeing with you.
Mental health care, mental health care is something that I am incredibly passionate about. And not just because of, I have a lot of people who are close to me
Yep.
who are veterans. And I know a lot of them have struggled.
Mhm.
And even in the VA healthcare system, they give them the runaround.
Yep.
And that's crazy to me because they should be the last group of people that have to fight to get their healthcare and mental health needs met.
Yeah. Especially with the stuff that they go through. Come on. You
Yeah.
know, you fighting for our, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put quotation marks around this, but you're fighting for our freedom, and we still treat you like second class citizens. You know what I'm saying? You might not even come back in one piece. So that's another reason I feel like why are you giving them the runaround for years? They pump you up like, oh yeah, they're helping, the military, whatever the whatever their branch of the military is. They are like, oh, but they are the frontliners. They are the people that are doing this in the name of freedom and justice and da da da. And then they come back home, and it's like, what now? Like, what now? Can you help? Can you help me out with health insurance? Sorry, we can only cover so much. Can you help me out? I need to get a freaking limb replaced. I'm sorry, we can't. I'm happy with that.
I need a place to stay.
I need a place to stay. I'm having nightmares. My wife and I aren't communicating. My partner and I aren't communicating after I got back home. I don't know how to acclimate myself to regular civilian life anymore. So I'd rather re-enlist because I'm getting treated like less than a human after sacrificing myself. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. You're a hero when you go.
Absolutely.
Not if you come back.
Welcome back to America.
Well, welcome back. What changed? Nothing. Nothing. Everybody just moved on. They stopped talking about it. Like, remember when, like, every other time we have a war or whatever, they show footage of it on the news, and then after a while, it just stops. They just stop reporting on it while the war's still going.
Hmm.
That's just something I noticed.
That is interesting. That's why I say they manipulate our mind with our access to information, the type of information we have access to, and then they put out so much misinformation for us to consume. You can't sometimes you don't even trust your own thoughts.
Right.
No.
That's why I say we are in a psychologically abusive relationship with this country and the people who are at the helm. Because you just don't know. And I have so many people who are like, oh, you just don't know what to believe. Perfect example. During lockdown, when the big C was going around, right? I was traveling with my partner at the time. And we were in, excuse me, I believe it was Virginia. And I'm watching the news, and they said nothing about what was going on. Nothing. Everything was perfectly calm, regular stuff.
Right.
And I flipped through a few of the channels, and I'm like, this is nothing like the panic that we're watching down south. This is nothing like what we are seeing on our news channels down south. So is it up to the news stations to what they broadcast, or do they select information to feed to these channels? I don't know, but it was very odd to me.
Oh,
it was incredibly.
They are very selective. Like it is very like I remember in 2010, I was going to broadcasting school at night, right? And they were teaching us how to produce and host radio shows as well as news shows and other types of media. Great time. It was a hands-on program, and we had actual people that were working these jobs, volunteering their time to teach us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you knew that these people were the real deal. You know what I mean? So when we got to our news class, one thing that the instructor at the time mentioned was sometimes there will be things that will be cut out, even if it's a good story. Sometimes they do, they do have to cut things out for time or like if it's going to keep someone's attention or something, or something like that. Fast forward to 2022. I'm on TikTok. This was late 2022. I'm on TikTok and I come across this young lady's page who happened to have worked in the news in Chicago. And she explains that there was news reports that her station would not address. They would never let her speak on them. And these were like stuff that wasn't always being reported on by other mainstream forms of media. And then she found out who ran the station. And it was the Church of Latter-day Saints. And the church,
wow.
And the Church of Latter-day Saints didn't want certain news broadcasts that went against what their belief system was to be emphasized on their station. So she left, and then aired them all out. So now she spends her time still digging for the news. Stuff that is not, stuff that's not always being reported on, or very rarely, which is why she, had her TikTok on in the first place. But she must have gotten into some like she had found a bit too much truth, because there's been at times where her channels were being blocked. They were being blocked. They were being reported. Right, and every time she tried to make a statement or anything about it on her platform,
there was silence in her.
It would get shadow banned, all of that.
Mm-hmm. They do. That's what they do. They scrutinize it and they give you the bare minimum, and you miss it. That's why I don't like to sit there all day. I can't be drawn into TV like that. Regular programs, I can't be drawn into all day, because I know most of the stuff that you're gonna feed me is not what is directly supposed to be fed to me. So yeah, it's crazy, and that's the joy about being us podcasters and broadcasters is nobody gets to censor us. Like, we can come with the information on our own terms, on our own channel.
Yeah, but it also depends on the platform.
Don't worry about it. We're just gonna start sending my emails and tell them we got a guy that just don't, you know what I'm saying? He regular grits.
It depends on the platform, because we're using theirs. You know what I'm saying? So they will decide on whether it stays up there. So that's something that we always have to keep in mind. But like, it's like, what else are we feeding ourselves? Like someone said something that stuck with me. They're like, on your social media feed, you ever notice, like on TikTok, because TikTok is originally a Chinese platform, right? So, but over here, they're basically feeding us the trashy stuff. Like, unless your algorithm is specified for something else, like, you try, like, they'll get you with the challenges, with the reality show clips, with all of that fluff, right? But then if you were to go to China, they're getting educational content. So what is the deal? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you can't have fun. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what these platforms are supposed to be. They're supposed to be fun, but they're also supposed to be informative, right? Like, notice how they've been censoring words that we use now. certain words on the internet you can't use. So you have to skate around that in order for your content to come through. Otherwise, it'll get reported, and sometimes they won't tell you why. You know, so. Mm-hmm.
That was very informative.
Let me ask you a question, Tom.
What's up?
Your professional opinion,
Mm-hmm.
or professional thoughts rather, about AI. Everybody's in an uproar about
Mm-hmm.
AI, either on one side or the other.
Yep.
And I want to hear from a person who is familiar with how all this tech stuff works and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
we're listening.
Oh, you want to hear my thoughts on AI? Um,
Yeah.
okay. I have a mixed process with it, because while I do believe that it can be helpful, right now I believe the bubble is going to burst pretty soon, because we're just we're overusing it. You know what I'm saying? Already, it's like generative AI is stuff that has been in the news for a long time. So it's just, I mean, for just the past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? You type in a prompt, and then the machines make up what you're trying to tell it, and then there you go. What they don't always tell us of is, like, okay, the date, like, so much data that this thing has been trained on, and the data farms that have to, like, these huge data farms that have to exist in order for the AI to do what it's doing. But what else is it doing? It's polluting the air, right? It's polluting the air. It's distorting our worldview, because it's gotten to a point where people can't. Some people, not saying all, because it's not that good, but it's getting there. Some cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's not. You know, so
Hmm.
so unfortunately, that is where we are right now. We're giving our data freely to these companies. They're training AI models, as well as selling our data to data brokers, which it was thanks to who they want. I even found out that was a thing. I remember Tasha, big ups to her. She told me why data, selling someone's data is completely legal. I'm like, how is it that we didn't give permission to? Yes, we did, actually. Every time we sign an agreement, every time we swipe a card, every time we go online, we give them the okay to sell our data. That's why we're getting these. That's why we're getting all these like these phone calls from random numbers, because our data's everywhere, and AI is taking um, is basically taking everything that we feed it, whether we know we're doing it or not, because we don't all read the agreements we sign. You know what I'm saying? We accept, right? Oh, we're training on AI models. We're training it on music, training it on art, all of that stuff. But every time you use it to do something convenient, and I'm guilty of this myself, because I use it in my editing to make short content, you know, it is
Right.
contributing, unfortunately, to air pollution and other health hazards, because of what needs to. Oh yeah, water. It's also taking on water. So that's that's like, I like AI, but to a certain extent. You know what I mean? I'm not one thing I do not want to do is be 100% dependent on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I stand on it. Use it at your own discretion, but be careful on how you use it. And if you're a child, right? If you're, like, teenagers are using AI to write essays, right? Now, on the one hand, it can show you what you could possibly do to improve on your essay writing. On
Right.
the other hand, some are just doing it because they want to move on to whatever they want to do, and just complete the assignment. Now you have schools. I know I'm rambling here, but now you have but now you have schools that are colleges. I read recently. I forgot what college it was, so you might want to look it up. But they're trying to go back to oral exams and more written testing because people are using AI to complete their assignments and just turning it in. You know, so it's all about how you use it and how much you use it. But it's like they want everything that we do is feeding the machine, you know? So they could take this podcast right here and clone our freaking voices. When I saw when I saw like I use one of the editing programs I use recently upgraded last year to include voice cloning. Why? What?
I love it. I love the emphasis on the word.
It never sounds good.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like diluted auto tune. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna shoot, T-Pain sounds better than this. You know what I'm saying? But it just he's always sound better than this. I'm like if there was anybody that could use auto tune correctly, it's him. But this no, it just sounds horrible. Now I'll give you another example. AI music. AI music is a fun novelty. It is a fun novelty. Like you turn a gangster rap song into a soul song from the 1950s and tell me it don't bang. It does, right? Like and that's the sad part. Like, why does this gotta sound so good? Why does this gotta sound so good? Freaking Wu-Tang should not be a soul song, but it works. Oh my God. You know,
Bitch by Ludacris should not be a soul.
Should not be it should not be a gospel. It should not be a gospel jam to say move, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, but someone did it. It went mega viral, right? And same thing with 50 Cent. Many Men. There was a soul version of that. There was a country version of that of In the Club.
Man, crazy work.
Like, what are you gonna do next? Oh, they probably gonna put these on the radio, and think about it. Think about it. Remember that controversy with Timberland? That's still going on with the AI artist that he signed. Yeah. So this is where we are right now. There's gonna come a time if we keep going down this path that people aren't gonna be able to tell the difference because we already basically take what everything else gives us. You know what I'm saying? Like social media determines what we say, do, and sometimes think. Just like newspapers did, encyclopedias did, freaking TV, TV did back. Same concept. So I'm very skeptical about AI, and before. Being the type of nerd that I am, I thought I'd be all for it until I realized what it takes for it to do what it does. So
interesting perspective, my guy.
But what about yourself, Kim and Steady? Like you and I have talked about this it seems like a pretty normal basis.
Exactly. So.
You know what I'm saying? We've watched one too many movies. It's like we know how this is gonna end.
Being that humans have to train AI in so many ways and feed it information, and I mean, I agree with you, Kyle. It should be utilized in helpful manners, helpful ways, not manners, in helpful ways, but very limited and on a very small scale. It should in no way, shape, or form replace our creativity, our thought process, or our ideas. And I have heard one too many people say, "Oh, I'll just, Chat GPT or whatever it is.
Yep.
I'll just type it in Chat GPT and get us to do it." But when you read it, because I've had people ask me to help them with essays.
Yeah.
And in reading it, I'm like, you put this into AI. Like this is an AI. And they're like, how do you know? I said it has no feeling.
Mm.
It's flat.
Mm-hmm.
There's no emotion to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I say it's flat. I said that's how you can tell. Is it just me? I don't know. I don't know if other people
Oh no,
feel that way
we
and
we've
stuff.
had to we've had to develop, you know, like because yeah, you're right. There's no feeling into it. There's none because
Mhm.
a robot, at least to my knowledge right now, has no ability to really, to really feel. You know what I'm saying? Heck, sometimes they can't even spell. So like,
True.
you
They
know,
definitely can
Mhm.
make a lot of
spelling
mistakes.
errors for something that's supposed to be like uber intelligent, pulling from other
Yeah.
sources, and you still can't spell. You can't tell the difference between your and your.
A lot of grammatics. No, it's a
You
lot
know,
of
And punctuation. Punctuation is another
man,
thing.
I use the speech to text function all the time, and tell me why when I'm not done completing a sentence, it wants to complete the sentence for me, right? And when I'm not asking a question, it'll put a question mark, right? It cannot tell by tone of voice. You know what I'm saying? It can't tell by tone of voice. It can tell what you're saying, but it cannot tell how you're saying it. It's assuming.
Mhm.
It's assuming how you're saying it. There's no emotion put into it. Oh, and there's been times where AI has been dead wrong, but they will double down on the wrong information. And you know,
Mm.
so it's like don't be completely dependent on. I'm like, oh yeah, I know it's cool, you got it helping you, blah blah blah. It's got a nice voice or whatever, but you got people marrying AI, like AI figures, and getting mad when they can't get an upgrade on their when they can't get an upgrade on their partner anymore because the
What?
because oh, you didn't know about that? Okay, so there have been people who have symbolically married an AI program before, right? And it's happening. It's starting to happen a bit more than before. Just last year, a young man tried to go to a judge to have him to get married to his AI doll, and he lived in somewhere in California, and the judge says California at this time does not recognize does not recognize this type of marriage, so they declined. He couldn't get a marriage license. He was pissed. You know what I'm saying? He was pissed. Recently in Japan, and this has happened on a few occasions. A young lady, she married a what you call an AI doll with the body of an anime character,
Ooh,
right? Yeah, and just a few years ago, another young man in Japan married a avatar from his Nintendo DS, and it recently, I guess, died because it's no longer being supported by the company. So,
I'm not trying to laugh, but just pause.
yeah,
Yeah,
What?
it's obsolete. Sorry, terminated.
right. Oh, and there was this woman that made some news last summer because she was an engineer, right? She was an engineer. Okay, Kim, you may or may not like this, given the fact that you're an author, right? You may or may not like this. This
Mhm.
seems like this seems like a pretty interesting. It seems like a pretty good, interesting love story. So this scientist, right? She's basically an engineer, right? She created a hologram of a man, right? And the data
Oh, geez.
and the data she got. This is real life. And the data she got from that she collected to program the hologram was all based off of past relationships.
What?
So
The
basically,
level of toxic bullshit is this?
so she basically married an amalgamation of her exes. Like she took the bits and pieces, worst and best qualities of them to create this holographic man.
Geppetto thought he was doing
and
what he
she
wanted.
interacts with it every day.
Pretty
Right.
much. Yeah. They even have dinner together. He looks like he's got his own plate stuff and everything. You know, he's just ones, zeros, and lights. But you know, it's a thing.
You know, I'm just.
Hold on, Kyle.
Mm-mm.
Hold
If you
on.
don't believe me, look it up. But also be careful about what
You Oh no, I believe you. I believe you. I just need some clarification.
Yes.
You telling me
Mm-hmm.
this lady goes home to a hologram
Yeah.
that she created
Hmm.
from all the best parts of her ex?
I think best and worst. Like she had to, go
Exactly.
through all the data. Like I wonder if she was planning on doing that before. Like, did she like? I don't know if she called them back and asked about like what they thought of her during their relationship. Like, what was it? What was it like? I don't know if any of them saw what the guy looks like or anything. I have I have no idea. But as far as I have read, yes, she basically compiled data from ex-boyfriends to make this holographic husband.
So the question gotta be, how many people did she date to even want to fill a notebook up? Be like,
That is
yeah.
it.
So
That
there
is
was
it.
Tom. Tom had, he was real. He had a great sense of humor, right? Then you go down there, and there was Jack, and Jack was just a total asshole.
Right? And then there was Larry. Larry was sensitive, but maybe too sensitive,
Right? Yeah.
And then there's one that came out the closet, and
That's right.
she got the whole spectrum. She got the whole spectrum.
Absolutely.
May I never get so disillusioned with dating and relationships that I want to create a hologram.
Cheers to that.
What if one was created for you?
Mm.
Hell no.
No?
Immediately no.
No?
She gonna say no.
Immediately no.
I'm probably tempted.
What okay. We have talked about this. We have talked about this before. We have talked about sex dolls with AI. Would you be interested, Miss Kemp?
No. I
No.
need a real warm body. I don't care if okay, so listen. Okay, you can leave the toilet seat up on occasion. I'll deal with that.
Okay.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it's just the little personality traits and quirks of people, of human beings
Mm-hmm.
that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine having an AI powered piece of essentially plastic or
Yeah.
I don't know,
Plastic, metal, all.
metal, all this shit
Mm-hmm.
wandering around your house, just staring at you? Like, imagine if you're having a moment of grief
Mm-hmm.
and you are just hysterically crying in your kitchen,
Yeah.
and this thing walks up and is like, what's wrong? And you're explaining, and it has to take like 10 minutes to run through its programming to compute what you're saying to know how to react.
Yeah. Or I mean, in some cases, I mean, there are some humans that can't process emotions that well. But
And
but
listen, I get that, but I would rather have that from a human being
yeah.
than some cold machine that's just, I don't know. I just can't imagine. But you know what? That would make an interesting story, Kyle.
Oh yeah. I mean, it would be
That
right
would
up
make
there
an
with like
interesting
there's so many stories. There's so many stories like that. In the past few years I've heard of everything from just objects that become sentient. So there's a whole plethora of them. You might want to check some of those out. But
Listen, if you talking about the people that have fallen in love with cars, and there was another lady who fell in love with a fucking carnival ride, and
bridge.
I'm still trying to figure out if she was punking us or not.
Oh no, yeah, no. There was another woman. There was another woman that a few years ago that I heard about fell in love with a bridge. Um, there was one. There was somebody who was convinced they were married to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
Uh,
gee.
yeah, there is a name for it. I don't know what like that where that comes from. But yeah, it's a. But I'm talking about like there's a whole plethora of erotic books of just fantasies of inanimate objects having a life or coming to life or whatever, and they've made their and people are just making them and selling them online, and some of them are just really they're really going off. Like there's this one called Unhinged where someone has sex with a door, and
Kyle!
okay,
Kyle!
the door started out
Is
as
it
a
a man?
tree that was
Is it a man? Is it a man, Kyle?
no. I
It's
no, as
woman.
far as I know, so the
Look,
person that wrote it,
I
yeah,
asked because when you said a door, I
the door.
immediately got a vision of a man jamming his penis in between in
Somebody's
the
into that.
the
So,
frame and the
now
door.
somebody's into that. But as far as I know, it was a woman, and there's the door started out as a tree that got turned into a door. It has like a curse or something put on it, and that's why
Ah,
it's sentient. And it got it got made into a door. And I think the same woman that created that also created what? Once again, look this up. I don't mind being fact checked, but
oh,
there's also another one. I think this same woman created. I think it's the same woman that created it. Where instead of a door, it's a story involving sentient balloon animals.
Kyle, get the
Quick disclaimer: we listen and we don't judge here. Mm-mm.
The
Mm-mm.
listen.
internet is a weird place. The internet is a
Don't
weird
blame it
place.
all on the internet. Don't blame it all
I
on the internet.
Dude, this is where I'm finding this stuff out. I don't know where.
It's a human being, apparently.
Oh,
Man,
what kind of search do you have to do to
I'm
find
not
this?
even searching. The freaking Instagram algorithm is sending this stuff to you.
You say what kind of search bar you got to
Like
prepare for
there's
that.
another one there's another one involving forks, and apparently during the and
I'm like,
apparently
oh, now, what are you researching?
and
You just
apparently
random type of stuff naturally.
and apparently during the pandemic. Well, because I follow a lot of people who are also book readers, and they happen to have that in their collection, so they mentioned it because some of them got gifts from the author. But
God, you
there
should start a
was
book club now. You should definitely start a book club now. I just want that's what
but
you
there
get to
was
do
a
to the masses.
I think the one of the weirdest ones was during the pandemic.
Lord have
During
mercy.
the let me take a breath.
Yeah, please gather your thoughts. Take your time.
Okay. So, during the pandemic, people were writing like $2 books and selling them on Amazon. And some of those books happened to feature a physical manifestation of the of the C virus, right? And then
What?
yeah. And I read and then I read in erotic settings. Yes.
Kyle, did you just tell me
Yes, you did.
19? I need a moment. Hold on.
We hope y'all enjoying this Misfits reunion. I didn't even know the show was gonna go this direction.
Me either. Me
I had
either.
no clue
I
we was
just
gonna
kept
go down.
talking. I just
I don't know what. So if y'all could see the look on my face and wonder why Steady just, I'm very engaged in the information I'm receiving because y'all gotta understand this is coming through my headphones. Very interesting. These are my people, though. Now I gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to go and read the story about people falling in love with, with doorknobs and stuff.
Oh, it's called Unhinged.
Right. I don't think I. I wrote a few. This ain't about me here, but I wrote a few erotic novels myself. So, hey, to each of those.
And I know you be writing, but your stuff at least for the most part makes sense. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
I think-
Like you don't have a main character falling in love with his own tattoos or anything like that.
Oh,
So
no.
there's you know
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a figure on a T-shirt, maybe I don't know, but you know
Nah,
just
I'd rather they fall in love with people. I'm still an old romantic. We need,
same
we
here.
need body to body touch here.
Same here. I'm a cuddler. I can't. You
Oh,
know, that's
well, everybody out there that's about to, you know, deal with this winter storm, hope that you're prepared. Hope that the elderly is going to be prepared. Y'all watch out for the elderly. You know what I'm saying? The people that can't do for themselves, the less fortunate people. Just want to say, if you have a heart, help reach out and touch. Help somebody if you can.
hmm
You're talking about the winter storm, and now I'm thinking somebody's gonna write an erotic fantasy novel about snow forming into a
Oh,
man
that's already on Netflix.
and get out of
It's
here,
already
Kyle.
on Netflix. Like imagine a Hallmark film, just a bit more adult, and I believe it takes place on
Kyle.
Christmas. And the guy spends a majority of the movie with his shirt
Kyle.
off. Yeah, huh? It exists. Is all I'm saying.
From snow, a man is formed from snow, and he turns into a real man.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Jesus Christ.
That is Jack Frost on a whole new level. A whole new level.
Are these people getting desperate for content for these movies for these streaming services? And I'm
A
starting to
little,
wonder.
a little. Yep. Yep. A little. Oh man.
Now I'm kind of upset that I got my phone so close to me because it's gonna hear what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna pull up Instagram, all kind of strange stuff on my timeline now.
Yep.
Oh man.
It's crazy how that works, right? Yep. It's going to be a thing.
Oh. Kim, do you want to know what the Netflix movie is called?
What's the name, Kyle?
Okay. If I have this right, yep. Oh God. All right. It's called Hot Frosty.
All right. That's it. That's it. Wrap this up. Wrap this up. I'm done.
Hey, Kendra. Hey,
That's it.
Kendra, how are you?
I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I've officially heard it all. That's it. We got nothing left. We got nothing left in the tank. That's it. We thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
What? Miss Kim didn't even tell us what she's been up to since since we took the hiatus.
It was -17 this AM, wind chill -42. Oh, Jesus.
Oh dang yeah.
Oh, Kendra, please
We're gonna
stay
pray for you,
safe and
Kendra,
warm.
girl. You stay warm.
Stay warm, please.
Please stay safe and warm.
Please stay warm.
Kendra.
Please.
Listen, Kyle, Hot Frosty.
I'm looking at the poster right now on Netflix. Came out in 2024.
I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say about that. Anyway, what have I been up to, Kyle? Did you ask me
Yes.
that?
Yes, we would like to know.
Well, I experienced some of the greatest losses of my life in, the last couple of years. Um, one of them being my father,
Our
and
condolences.
two being, thank you, and two being very close cousins of mine. But on the upside of that, I have learned something about death and acceptance and grief and how grief works. Um, and I have learned that you have to be respectful of a person's grief process.
Mhm.
And it is never appropriate to tell a person it's time to move on.
No.
And that's whether it is a loved
Mhm.
one in human form or pet form.
Yep.
You should never utter those words. Um, it's been a process, a very enlightening one. So there's that. I have, and I mentioned that because through these things, I have begun to explore my creativity. I've delved a little deeper into it.
Mhm.
So I'm rediscovering my love for creating.
Yep.
As you all know, I tell my little scary stories. My Paranorleans podcast is actually doing pretty good.
Yep.
I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
Um, that's rolling along pretty good. I, of course, have my little ebooks where I'm recording my little audiobooks, my own audiobooks now. I do want to improve that setup though.
I have a,
Definitely need to improve the
I have a
setup.
question.
Yes.
Why are you calling them little?
A little as in short, not like little as in
I'm about to
insignificant,
say, well,
but
I see what you're
they're not
doing.
very
I see what you're doing. I see you, Queen. Seriously.
long.
Yeah, no, I subscribe to your stuff. I may not like look at everything, but I see and I support. I'm here for it.
Absolutely. We're
You know?
definitely gonna be good.
I appreciate. Listen, it means a lot from the coming from the both of you that you support me. I greatly appreciate it. But I don't mean little as in insignificant. I just mean little as in they're short
Yep.
stories.
Mhm.
They're not my usual novel length content, and I'm enjoying it.
All right.
I'm enjoying the short stories.
And did you find it
I,
did you find it difficult to start, like to start writing more in a short format than a novel?
Mm.
yes, yes, because you have to start,
Mhm.
you have to develop, and you have to stop, and you don't have as much time
Mhm.
to do so. So it has to be compact. And because I try to be considerate of people's attention spans and their time limits, like I want people to still be able to enjoy reading something good, but within the time that they have available to do so.
Mhm.
Will I still write novels? Eventually, I will get back to that. But for now, I'm really just trying to experiment and test the limits of myself, test the limits of some things. And I'm hoping, and Kyle, this is something I would love to work with you
So,
on. I would love to animate some of the stories, like turn them into like
mm,
animation.
mm.
I'm saying animation, but I don't even know if that's what you would consider it. But like, I don't know what is the proper term, Kyle?
Well,
Is it animation?
if you're saying animation, then we got to get an animator, right? That would take some time, but it's not impossible.
Right.
You know what I mean. I don't know any. I know artists. I don't know animators, or at least I've known people that have maybe dabbled a bit. But who knows? We could find. I could probably help you find some people. You know, for like which story?
Like Ray, like Ray Williams Johnson. What does he use to do? Do you watch him on YouTube?
Ray Williams. That sounds really familiar. Hold on a second.
Yeah, look him up real quick.
Okay, Ray Williams Johnson. That's celebrity. Oh, looks familiar. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm familiar with him, but I haven't watched any of his content. But yeah,
Okay, well, do me
yeah.
a favor. When you get a chance, watch some of his content, and that's kind of how I see my stories coming to life.
Okay, when would just
But I'm not
myself?
sure what uses to do that.
Okay. Now, which? Oh yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, I'm already subscribed to him. I just forgot. I forgot what his name was real quick because his. Okay, so like, and he pumps these stories out so quickly because a lot of them are, you know, and obviously he's done research, but a lot of them are real stories, and
Yeah, they're all real.
they're
Yeah.
all real. They're all real stories. I was just watching one the other day. He had an updated video about the two employees that got caught at a Coldplay concert, and um,
Yeah.
that was you know, I was like, oh, so what did happen to them? Because I noticed that we just stopped talking about them after a while, you know, and I'm like, okay, this is, you know, this is cool. Yeah, I listen to his stuff a lot when I'm cleaning. Like when I'm cleaning or washing dishes, I got them in my headphones because these stories
Mhm.
they go places, and these are real people, and they just like, but that's the craziest part. They're real people, you know. But yeah, but I see what you mean, you know.
That that's the idea that I have
Mm-hmm.
to do some of my stories. But I don't know how he does it. That's the thing.
Because at first I thought they were all AI, but I'm like, but every time I see an AI style, the thing about AI is it feels like it's trying. It hasn't completely gotten there yet, but it feels like it's
Yeah.
trying, you know? And in some cases it looks good, but it still feels like it's just trying. I feel like I'm just seeing somebody draw on a computer for like, you know, for like the first time, really. But
Yeah.
yeah, but how does he do it? That's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah. I would like to know because I would love to transition my stories like that into visuals.
Hmm.
Like I have the script
Hmm.
and transform them into the visuals.
Hmm.
I think that would really take off for
Oh
people.
yeah. Which story do you have in mind?
Eventually, Kyle, I want to do all
You
of
want to
them.
do all of them?
Every
Yeah.
video that I've already posted,
You want to do a
the
animated
school,
version?
I want to do,
You want
yeah.
to do a visual? You want to do a visual version of that? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I no, I've seen people do plenty, you know, do plenty of that. Comedians are doing it more and more now. They're turning their bits into, especially if they're story bits. You know what I'm saying? They're turning that
Mhm.
into you know, little animated stories. Some do use AI. Some use basic animation programs. Either way, if it works, it works. You know. So
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, you could definitely do it. Hmm.
Well, I'm interested, and hopefully we can work together on it, Kyle,
Yeah.
and it'll come
Hmm.
around eventually because I do want to. Like I said, I'm testing my limits, but I'm also, as a black woman,
Yes.
I want to be in spaces that no other black woman has been in before, or very few black women have been in before.
Okay.
Like that's my goal. I want to see how far, like how far can I take it? How creative can I become? How can I reach a broader audience of people? How do I make it more interesting?
Hmm.
What are all the different ways I can get the stories out there?
Hmm.
And eventually I do want to get more creative with like the background noises and the different
Yeah.
voices and things like that. Like I want to learn how to do all of that.
Hmm.
I want to learn how to do all that, and in turn I want to eventually teach others how to do it for themselves as well,
Nice.
to share their creativity.
Hmm. Yep.
So yeah.
Then you could have Steady do a cameo. He could be in the like he can be like a background character or a twisted character or something. You
How
know.
people call your
Steady is gonna be that voice. Steady's gonna be that voice that he was doing earlier on the
He's gonna
microphone when he was.
Yeah, that late
Yeah.
night Stedman. Mm-hmm.
Late night
Late
Stedman
night
voice.
Stedman.
That's right.
What's going on?
That late night Stedman voice.
Right. Well,
Exactly. That's gonna be him.
since you brought it up, ladies and gentlemen, this should be able. This is the part where we're going to wrap up the Misfits reunion show. Unless we got more we want to go down the rabbit hole on here.
Oh man, hey Kim, I'm gonna send you okay. So there's this there's this there's this clip I listen to when I need a good laugh, right? So
Okay.
this actually happened. It's Barry White doing a radio promo. It's
Oh my god.
it's Barry White doing a radio promo in
Why did I know he was
on
going
I believe in a Texas radio station, and he keeps messing up,
Yeah, at a university.
right? And he's like he keeps messing up, and then you hear him cuss, and it just sounds like so like it's from his soul that he is so pissed off that he keeps missing these cues, right?
Yeah. It's very white.
It's his very white. It's his very Barry White voice. It's like, hi, this is Barry White, you know, like, and and at some point a couple times he messes up. He's like, I'm trying to cut a spot, Tony.
Oh,
Jesus.
he start cussing, and it's like funny. It's really hilarious. Absolutely.
Yeah,
you gotta send it to me, Kyle.
I do that when I need a laugh, and sometimes me instead when we're just cracking up, I'll send it to him. And when he used to do that on his mixer, when he used to do the voice change, I'd be like,
yeah,
so
that's coming in now. You don't hear it now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. I feel like because when you listen to like famous people or like radio DJs that you know slip up and they keep the audio, and next thing you know it ends up on the internet, like it is some of the funniest stuff, and it helps you to calm your nerves. At least it has for me.
Barry White cuss like that. I heard that.
Right? And that's his natural voice. So hearing him just cut out the S word and just go out and just rant on, like, man, it is some of the funniest stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna send it to you now, Kim.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Thank you, Kyle. The other day on Instagram, I came across from the Boondocks. It's a clip from the Boondocks where Stink Meaner calls Granddad on the phone on FaceTime. And he's singing to him, and he's like, "You's a bitch ass nigga, bitch ass, you's a bitch ass nigga."
Damn, Granddad, you didn't have to kill him.
Yo.
That's what I said. Send this to somebody you love, and I sent it to both of my kids. And every time I come across it, I laugh my ass off.
Oh
it
my
is so,
god! I missed that. I missed that so much because it was supposed to come back. It was supposed to come back. They were in like pre-production, and then it got canceled. They had, I think, I don't know if they had 2 episodes done, but at least they had them voiced. And at one point, John Witherspoon's son auditioned to play his dad's role, a granddad, right? Mm-hmm. So he could do a pretty pitch perfect impression of his father, right? Mm-hmm. But he ended up not getting the job. I'm like, how? I don't know. No idea. His name's JD. He's a really good comedian. And at one point, when John Witherspoon was still alive, he let it be known that the Boondocks was supposed to come back, right? And at some point, his son, while they were both on the radio together, had done a spot on impression of him in front of him. It was so good, so good. But yeah, the Boondocks would have so much to say about what's going on today. They would have so much to pull from. Mm-hmm. So much. You know?
Yeah. I'm not watching it without Aaron McGruder at the helm though.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Aaron McGruder and Ice Cube. Okay? Aaron McGruder and Ice Cube, they're writing the Last Friday movie together.
Oh Lord, they writing another Friday
The
movie.
last
Oh, Aaron McGruder.
is Aaron
Oh man,
Magruder.
that's gonna
They
be
trying to
good.
get the whole gang back together. I believe Mike Epps said he's already signed on to do it, and he was the one that told people that it's Aaron Magruder and Ice Cube writing the script. Oh man,
That's gonna be
I
hilarious.
cannot wait. I cannot wait. Honestly, cannot wait.
Well,
That's gonna be freaking
well,
hilarious.
ladies and gentlemen, it's time to wrap up the Live with DJ Steady and Company show. Time to go home. Wrap this one up.
Sorry, you've been trying to wrap up like 3 different times by now. I'm sorry.
Y'all know I ain't trying to. I don't be trying to carry shows into 2 hours no more. I don't do that no more.
All right, sorry y'all. Okay,
Yeah,
See,
but this
this
was fun.
This what happen when you invite people over to your crib, and then you be trying to throw hints. It's time for company to leave. We done served our purpose. Now it's time for y'all to go on. We done fellowship. We done had something to eat. Now it's time for y'all to go on. But y'all still kicking it, so I gotta sit there and wait for y'all. Now I'm gonna have to do like Martin there, have to open the front door and tell y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get the hell out of here.
All right, message received.
Godly. See? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you can find. You know what? I'm gonna let everybody why don't everybody introduce what they can find everybody else at? I've done my part.
All right, ladies first.
Bam.
You can find me on Instagram at FatGirl Freestyle. You can find me on the YouTube at FatGirl Freestyle channel. I'm also back on the TikTok, although I'm not sure for how long. FatGirl Freestyle _ NOLA.
You can find me at the A for Abled podcast YouTube channel, as well as Spotify and other platforms. You can find me on Instagram at Kyle Eric 3233, where I'm posting just random stuff, clips, podcast clips, and just I've been sharing a lot more than I've been posting since we can share stuff now. But yeah, I've been sharing a lot more, and if anybody needs the editing done, just DM me. I got you. All I need is notes and time. That's it.
And on the brain, Kyle, you forgot to mention
on the brain. I am thinking about bringing that back. For those who don't know, On the Brain was my first baby. It is where me and my friends. It's a network really where we just nerd out, right? We talk everything: TV, movies, comics, AI sex dolls, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very.
I like how you plug that in just nonchalantly.
Were we not just talking about AI earlier?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a whole episode on AI sex dolls. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, I had to get him some laughs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we about to but I'm thinking about bringing it back. I'm really thinking I should, because like the outside getting too serious. You know what I'm saying? Now I love talking about talking about all of this stuff. This is why I have multiple platforms and people to talk about it with. But On the Brain is supposed to be about fun. We talk movies, we talk anime, we talk all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to join in on that, it's On the Brain ENT on all podcast platforms. Don't know if I'm going to bring the YouTube channel back or start a whole new one, but we'll see.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at Rocksteady Media Network, and also at rocksteadymedianetwork.com. Also available on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm able to Rocksteady Media Network. Why? We are a nice book.
There you go. There you go, bro.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope y'all enjoyed the Misfits reunion. We'll be back for a part 2 while playing one.
Absolutely.
It's always a joy to have my family members.
Most
definitely.
So, with that being said, y'all know we're about to do the wrap up. And y'all know the motto here on Live with DJ Steady and Company, or on Rocksteady Media Network in general. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. This has been one hell of a show, and now it's time to go. So thank you, people, for tuning in. We love you. Good night.
All right.
Good night, Kendra.
Let us introduce ourselves. We are Rocksteady Media Network, the only network where we chisel at the competition, one premium production at a time. Don't let your business stay stuck between that rock and a hard place. Let us come in like a wrecking ball and put those worries to bed and rock your media with steady growth. Rocksteady Media Network, we are a nice folder.
In the immortal words of Father MC, yes, we have commercials here on this network. So real quick before we go, people, I forgot I want to do this the right way, close this out the right way. I want to thank my wonderful family members for answering the call when I said, hey, we needed to come back in 2026 and hang out and just love on each other. Find out some interesting things, especially about Kyle, that we're going to get him some therapy behind. in the future.
Oh no.
Find out a lot of lovely things that my sister got going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Doing a lot of great things in her neighborhood. And y'all know when it comes to me, I try to keep my stuff hidden, but they know not to keep it hidden. If they know, they know. And I don't mind them bringing it to the forefront. But right now, I don't feel like I got nothing to be brought to the forefront. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I wanted to say before we get out of here. Just wanted to say that. Just want to thank my people. I love you guys. I wouldn't trade you for nothing in the world. And,
Same here, bro.
When we finally have that meet, when we finally have that meet and greet, Kimberly's in charge of the grits. All right.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right. That's all I want to say, people.